No one thought they'd see him again, not after that heartbreaking goodbye in season 14. Ty Borden's name had become a memory, a whisper of the past in Heartland's long history, but season 19 shatters all expectations. A shadow moves through the familiar range, and fans everywhere are holding their breaths. What if Ty never truly left? What if the silence was hiding something deeper? Something the Bartlett Fleming family never revealed. The past is knocking, and this time, it is not just about healing wounds, it is about uncovering secrets that could change everything. Heartland season 19 opens like a calm before the storm. Quiet skies, a familiar rhythm at the range, and the illusion that life has finally found balance again. Amy is focused on Lindy, growing stronger as a mother and trainer. Jack's wisdom still guides the family, but just beneath this calm, a storm is brewing. It begins with whispers, a familiar figure spotted in a nearby town, a letter, unsigned, that only says, "Some things never end." Amy brushes it off at first. She has learned to live with the ache, but when more signs appear, an old photo moved from its place. Ty's name scribbled in Lindy's school notebook. Even a stranger showing up asking about the vet clinic, something deep in her heart stirs. The audience is pulled into Amy's growing unease. Her dreams become more vivid. She begins to feel Ty's presence in the little moments when a wild horse comes at her touch. When Lindy says something only Ty used to say, is grief playing tricks on her, or is something real unfolding? The air at Heartland Ranch starts to feel heavier, charged with a quiet tension that no one wants to name. Even Jack, usually grounded and rational, notices the change. He finds Ty's old journal empty, except for one new page. A fresh entry written in Ty's handwriting. She deserves the truth. The questions start piling up. Where has this journal been all this time? Who wrote that message? Is it possible that Ty Borden, thought to be gone forever, has been alive, in hiding? Or is this someone's cruel game? The show doesn't offer quick answers. Instead, it builds slow burning suspense. Piece by piece, Amy begins to investigate. She visits old places that held memories of them together, campgrounds, the lake, even the abandoned cabin Ty once dreamed of fixing up. In each place, there is a sign, a trail, and a growing sense that maybe the truth is far more complicated than anyone imagined. Meanwhile, Lou and Tim try to keep things normal at the ranch, but Amy's strange behavior worries them. When she starts asking about Ty's autopsy, pulling up old medical records, and questioning the night he died, Lou reminds her, "We buried him, Amy, we saw it." But Amy's don't flinch. "Did we?" She replies. That single line leaves the audience in suspense, because now, the doubt isn't just hers, it is ours too. Ty's name starts reappearing everywhere, on an old prescription bottle at the clinic, in a call log from an unknown number, and finally, on a veterinarian license renewed just last month in a distant town. Every clue raises more questions on if Ty is alive. Why did he leave? Why didn't he return? And why now? The first half of this season sets the tone. This is no ordinary return. It is not a miracle. It is a mystery, a journey into the shadows of a character everyone thought they knew. And as Amy digs deeper, she discovers that what she believed about the night Ty died might have been a carefully crafted lie, but by whom? And for what purpose? This is just the beginning. The answers are coming, but they won't be easy to hear. As Amy follows the faint trail left behind, Heartland itself begins to feel unfamiliar. Familiar faces now look different, guarded, and even the animals seem restless, as if they, too, can sense the storm ahead. What began as a gut feeling slowly turns into undeniable evidence. Amy tracks down the renewed veterinary license, which leads her to a quiet town miles away. There, she finds a clinic under a different name, but what chills her isn't just the place, it is the handwriting on the clinic's sign-in sheet. It is Ty's. Her hands shake as she runs her fingers over the faded ink. "He was here, recently, back at Heartland." Jack finally breaks his silence. He confesses that after Ty was shot, there was a moment, just a moment, when doctors said he might survive, that there was a slim chance, but then everything changed. A federal agency stepped in, whispering about a threat Ty had unknowingly crossed paths with a case he was helping with through the vet clinic, involving illegal animal trafficking. The details were murky, but one thing was clear: Ty's life and Amy's were in danger. The only way to keep them safe was for Ty to disappear, officially dead, unofficially in hiding. Amy's world spins. Everything she knew, everything she grieved, was built on this lie. Jack says he kept it secret because he was told the risk was too high. "He loved you enough to let you go," Jack says softly, but Amy isn't comforted, she is furious. Heartbroken and desperate to know one thing, where is he now? The second half of the season deepens the mystery. Amy starts receiving letters not typed, but handwritten, in the same style Ty used to write her little notes with. The first says, "I am sorry." The second, "I am watching from afar." The third, "It is almost time." Amy doesn't know whether to feel hope or fear. Is Ty reaching out to reconnect or warning her of something darker? Meanwhile, Lou and Tim struggle with the fallout. Lou feels betrayed that her own father knew and said nothing. Tim, always stubborn, insists he did what he had to do to protect the family. But secrets like this don't stay buried, and the trust within the family begins to crack. Katie and Georgie are pulled into the mystery, finding a hidden USB drive left in Ty's old saddlebag. It contains encrypted files, photos of injured wild horses, maps, names of suspicious wretches. Ty was onto something big, something dangerous, and he may still be in danger. Amy realizes she can't wait anymore. She follows the last clue, a letter that ends with the place where it began. She knows exactly where that is, the barn, where they first met, where she saw a broken boy fix a broken horse. She waits there in the silence, the wind cold against her skin, her heart pounding like thunder, and then, just before the episode fades to black, the sound of footsteps, a shadow at the door. The camera doesn't reveal a face, just a voice. Rough, soft, unmistakably his. "Amy." The screen cuts to black. The unexpected return of Ty Borden isn't just a plot twist, it is the emotional earthquake that shakes Heartland to its core. Fans who thought the story was over are about to learn something powerful. Love like theirs doesn't just disappear, it hides, it waits, and when it returns, it demands answers, redemption, and a second chance.